Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yesterday we were learning about Al-Murakkab Al-Idafi. We will continue this lesson. This is your section grammars lesson number 1, namely Al-Murakkab Al-Idafi. What is the meaning of Al-Murakkab? As I said before, Al-Murakkab means compound. What is compound? Compound is formed from two nouns. Two or more words together joined known as a compound. Two or more words joined together known as a compound. What is the meaning of al-izafi? Izafi means adding, putting beside, or attaching. So this is Al-Murakkab Al-Izafi is a noun phrase. Why it is called as noun phrase? Because in this phrase we have two nouns. Why we are calling it as phrase instead of compound? Because it is not a complete sentence. That is the reason we are calling it as phrase. Phrase is that which gives the meaning but not complete. So we call it as phrase. So this is called as Al-Murakkab Al-Izafi, possessive phrase, possessive expression, or possessive compound. Three names are there and three names are one and the same. Al-Murakkab Al-Izafi is a noun phrase and it contains two nouns. Al-Murakkab Al-Izafi contains two nouns. The first noun is called as al-muzafu, possessive noun, and the second noun is called as al-muzafu ilayhi, means possessor, and both the nouns together known as al-murakkab al-izafi, possessive compound or possessive phrase. For example, yawmuddini. Yawmun is a noun and dinun is a noun. Yawmun means day and dinun means religion. And here it will become a compound noun. Yawmuddin, day of judgment. Here deen literally means badla. Because on the day of judgment the good will be rewarded and bad will be punished. So deen is translated as judgment. So we can take Yawmuddini means day of judgment. On the judgment day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the good people and punish the bad people. Yawmuddin, it is al-murakkab al-izafi, Yawmuddin. And another example, Baytu Jarin. Baytun is a noun and Jarin is also a noun. Baytun means house, Jarun means neighbor. Baytu Jarin, a house of neighbor. House of a neighbor. Let's learn this on the board. Now we will learn this on the board. Here it is, Al-Murakkab Al-Idafi, possessive phrase or possessive compound. Both the nouns are suitable, both the names are suitable for this word. So what is the meaning and definition? Here, the possessive compound is a noun phrase. This is a compound of two nouns. It contains two nouns. We form a relationship between two nouns in such a way that the second noun will become the owner or possessor of first noun. And afterwards, the first noun is called as al-muzafu, possessive noun, and second noun is called as al-muzafu ilayhi, possessor. Both the nouns together known as al-murakkab al-izafi, possessive phrase, like kitabu talibin. Here kitabun is a noun and talibun is also a noun. Now we are giving the relationship of ownership or possessorship. Kitabu talibin. So the meaning will become book of a student. Kitabu talibin, book of a student. In grammatical analysis, kitabu is called as al-muzafu, whereas talibin is called as al-muzafu ilayhi. And both the nouns together known as al-murakkab al-izafi. Okay. In English, al-muzafu can be called as possessive noun or possessed noun, and al-muzafu ilayhi is called as possessor, and al-murakkab al-izafi can be translated as possessive phrase or possessive compound. Got it? This is the example. Now let us discuss the rules. What are the rules of muzaf? The first noun. The rules, the number one rule is al-muzafu does not take alif lam in the beginning and does not end with the nunation. The last letter of the first noun never take nunation. That is double zabar, double z, double pesh, fathatan, kasratan, zammatan. It will not take, and we cannot prefix alif lam before the first noun. Okay. It can't take alif lam. The rule is it can't take alif lam. Whereas, and the second noun is always in genitive case. Genitive case means the case of double zer or one zer, double kasra or one kasra, is known as genitive case. So the second noun al-muzafu ilayhi can take alif lam in the beginning or may not take alif lam in the beginning. If it takes alif lam in the beginning, then the translation will be book of the boy, and if does not take alif lam in the beginning, then the translation will be book of a boy. Okay. It is permitted. We can prefix al to it, or we can drop al from it. Afterwards, after this, in grammatical analysis, al-muzafu is called as possessed noun and al-muzafu is called as possessor, both the nouns together known as al-murakkab al-izafi, possessive compound or possessive noun. Got it? Now let us discuss the rules. What are the rules of al-muzafu? Here is the example, Kitabu Talibin, book of a student, and Kitabu is known as al-muzaf, Talibin is known as al-muzafu ilayhi, both the nouns together known as al-murakkab al-izafi. Let's discuss the rules. The rule number one is al-muzafu means the first noun, possessed noun, does not take al in the beginning. So it cannot take al here in the beginning. And does not take nunation at the end means the last letter of the word does not take nunation, that is double zamma or double fatha or double kasra. Okay, it will not, it doesn't take these three things. Instead it can take one zamma, one fatha, one kasra, depend on the grammatical inflection. Okay, grammatical situation. The second rule is al-muzafu ilayhi means this second noun. It is always in genitive case, means it is always in genitive case. The sign of genitive case is one kasra or two kasras, and it may take al in the beginning or may not take al in the beginning. So this, it is optional. If it takes al, then the slide translation changes. Book of the student. It will become book of the student. If it doesn't take al, then the translation is book of a student. Got it? It is the whole phrase is a definite phrase. Okay. This is a short and brief introduction about al-murakkab al-izafi. Hope you understand this topic.